Have you begun dating yourself yet?
I've been dating myself for 12 years now.
And I can guarantee that if you date yourself, especially if you develop it into a practice, you're going to be reaping the benefits over time. In this video, we're going to go over Guideline 1 of the art of solo dating.
This is a series, a journey if you may.
Are you ready? Awesome. Let's gather up our stuff, invoke the spirit of curiosity. Let it be our guide, its expansive awareness.
It has taken me to places far and wide, across the shores of this planet Earth, this Mother Gaia spaceship we've been born unto. This journey beckons you. I've been a solo female traveler since I was 19, but my real big breakthrough happened when I was 23, when I left an abusive relationship and took a job in a foreign land I'd known almost nothing about. I knew no one there, but I made a new life as an expat. Of course, I also met my downfall again and again, and I began healing again and again. And a crucial factor in my healing was dating myself. I'm not really here to show you some highlights of my solo dating life. My point isn't to show you these glamorous things that get likes and incite envy in some of us. We'll talk more about envy in another video, but I will confess that I struggled with the irony of putting this on display. Because you see, the genuine foundation of our solo dating journey is not about bragging or showing off. I've gone on countless solo dates that I never bothered to record, but I made it my mission since starting this series to inspire both you and me. The foundation of solo dating isn't about showing off to the world. It is about cultivating self-intimacy.
I'm with.
Self-intimacy doesn't happen while scrolling online or watching these videos. It happens through authentic investment in being totally present with ourselves in both our best and worst days or moments. As your priestess, my dharma includes to share my wisdom. I know what life is like to be in hate with myself and to choose to be in love with myself instead. Sometimes that love starts with praising ourselves through solo dates.
In Japan.
Let's go.
In this series, I'm going to share with you the benefits of solo dating, or the artist date in some cases. We'll also go over a few rules or guidelines that will only enhance your experience, and we'll explore some of the reasons why you may not be solo dating. There's also a portion of this series where I gift you with my epic master list of solo dating ideas. Because let's face it, I've actually been jotting them down for 11 years now.
If you'd like to receive my epic master solo dating list, then click on the link in the description below and stick around because we're going to explore it in more depth as we go along.
Solo dating, it is exactly as it sounds. You date yourself. You consciously choose to spend time with yourself doing something that you love to do, or potentially might like to do. Think of it as designated me time. It's also a form of self-care. And if we practice it enough, it's a practice. We go deeper into it, and things become a benefit to us over time. It can be an occasion that you plan. It can also be spontaneous. I'm going to give you a couple ideas of what I like to do for fun. Well, obviously, I love the great outdoors, so anything nature related, from a short hike to a longer one. Even urban walks can have some appeal to me. I also love to go antiquing. Yeah, I love to go to anything from an antique store to a mall. Antique mall, I mean, and see all of the different items that were made throughout time. You know, the fine craftsmanship that these items were made with, and they were made to last, not break like all of the things that are sold to us these days. Yeah, that variety of seeing these items and you never really know what the store is going to have in stock. It's so cool. Even if you don't buy anything, to just go and gallivant through one. Well, be careful. Don't be a bull in a china shop now, as my mother used to say, who was an antique dealer. Have some fun, be gentle. Another idea of what I love to do for fun, something that's free. Well, I like to go to the library. And lately I've liked to go into the children's section at the library and just see if there's some kind of book that was around when I was a kid. I picked up an I Spy book a couple months back and started to do it, and boy was that fun. It was actually also kind of challenging, which surprised me a lot, but that's really cool. I might pop in again someday in the next week or so when I'm there, supposed to be working on things, and have a little bit of fun for a minute. It's an I Spy book. So what about you? What do you like to do for fun? Name 3 things that you would like to do for a solo date. Yeah, go on, write them down. You can also pop them in the comments below. I'd love to read the different ideas. And keep in mind, it's great to write these things down, but if you're feeling a little bit lazy, just speak them into existence. All right? Go on, do it. I'll wait. Did you do it? Come on now, participation counts. I'd love to read it below. Let's see what you've got for me, or for you. The first time that I started dating myself, the concept that came to me, well, I had left an abusive relationship, and I decided that it was time to really heal and to completely have an overhaul in my life. And one of the phrases or concepts that I wrote down in my little sketchbook was to become your own best boyfriend. And at the time, a lot of things in self-help and personal mastery sounded like a crock of shit to me, to be honest. But because this one wasn't some blanketed statement or some crap that you read on all of the magnets and t-shirts and cups and all that other memorabilia these days that sounds cliche, a big part of me actually agreed with it. I thought it was an amazing concept. In fact, because I was so hyper-independent, yes, even though I wound up in an abusive relationship, I was very hyper-independent at the same time. And side note, hyper-independence is often a sign of not actually having some kind of healthy upbringing, or something happened along the way to force you into hyper-independence. What we really want to get to is a state of interdependence with the world. Of course, it means we can be self-reliant and have healthy independence, but hyper-independence, now that's something different. Anyhow, I decided that I was going to start this. I was going to become my own best boyfriend, however way that was going to be possible. And so I started to do these dating myself. I wrote myself a letter off of really cool stationery that I found at this neat store, and I asked myself out. And I took myself out. I even still have a little souvenir from that time. It was Les Miserables, and I saved the ticket stub and even the popcorn in a little bag. I know, how sentimental. The next time that I heard about the concept of solo dating was when I heard about the artisting, when I was gifted a beat-up copy of The Artist's Way. by Julia Cameron, which you'll probably hear me talk about a lot because the program completely changed my life, and it's a practice that I continue to do daily, the morning pages, and weekly, or probably more these days, the artist date. So let's read to you Julia's take on what is the artist date. I love this description. The artist date is a once-weekly, festive, solo expedition to explore something that interests you. The artist date need not be overtly artistic. Think mischief more than mastery. Artist dates fire up the imagination. They spark whimsy. They encourage play. Since art is about the play of ideas, they feed our creative work by replenishing our inner well of images and inspiration. Thank you, Julia. Now that we've gone into that, let's go into Guideline 1. Do not let anyone join. Defend against all interlopers. These are the words of Julia Cameron in The Artist's Way, and she's very specific about not letting anyone else join. She goes over many of the different people that might intrude on our solo date, or that we may let intrude. The kids, our boyfriend, etc. It is our job to honor this time with ourselves. We are forming a connection with ourselves, and this is a birthplace of trust and intimacy for many of us. So how are these parts of ourselves, such as the inner child, going to want to come forward and connect if we keep allowing others to intrude? We'll go over a little bit more into the boundaries, but I want to really bring this home and emphasize the beauty of this connection, of the self-discovery that happens in the solo date. We start to learn our interests, our likes, our desires, our disinterests, our dislikes, even our non-negotiables, what we will not tolerate, or what we must protect. And in this also we discover our principles and values and our needs, because we all have different ones that fill up our cups. What fills up one person's cup may vary from the next, which is why I would love to read your comments below, by the way, so please get involved. But we start to see what and feel what fills up our cups, what gives us energy, sparks, and infuses us with creativity, our imagination, nourished, our spirits rejuvenated, our mind, body, soul, because there are many things you can do on these artist dates. And if we really think about this from a holistic viewpoint, all parts are connected. We need to start understanding that and really connecting with that. We will start to see what takes our energy instead of receiving it from us. Because when we fill up our cups, we have more to give to the world, to our relationships around us, because we're so much more nourished. And in doing so, we will become more abundant. The flow of giving and receiving will be more fruitful. Let's emphasize that it's avoiding responsibility when we blame others, when they may be intruding on our artist date or me time even. It is our job to honor our boundaries. Granted, yes, there are some people who are disrespectful, they act a certain way, they're inconsiderate, their behavior sucks. But most people, they want to respect others. They want to live in peace with each other. And if we have this view of the world that everyone is treading on us, we may need to do a lot of healing around this. Because also this is where solo dating and the relationship with ourselves is so important, because what is going on here is what is reflected into our world. We are mirroring. We are creating our reality. And I'm going to delve a little bit more into that in some of the later things that we're going to discuss about relationships more. But if we dishonor our solo date with ourselves, or say even something innocent, that the place that we had planned to go was closed, it is our job to make this up to ourselves, okay? For many of us, solo dating, it is a process of reparenting. So do not be that parent who, when the shop was closed, the toy store, whatever the situation was, they said, we'll go next week, and they never took you. We can't expect to have trust with ourselves if we keep violating it. We need to commit and we need to honor. So make it up to yourself. That is part of the practice. And that is how, if we break trust, we repair it. And we start to get better and better at this practice. And it will snowball over time, I can promise you. But you have to put in the effort and the dedication. So, in saying that, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below.
Like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in Guideline 2 of the Art of Solo Dating.